What's up everybody, this is Vando and you're watching Deadlock School, a channel dedicated to helping you master the game of Deadlock. In this video, I want to take a quick look at some of the support items. These are items that I feel like are maybe a little bit slept on, so I wanted to make a video to show you how strong they are. These items can mostly be used to heal yourself and allies, and the beauty of Deadlock is you don't need to be a support to build these items. So these are really good on any hero that you're going to naturally be building any kind of healing on. So if you build Leech and you're going to be building Healing Booster, then support items are a good fit. You may not know this, but Healing Right actually upgrades into Healing Nova. I feel like nobody ever buys this item, so maybe a little sleeper for you there. This is a 1250 soul item. It gives you 12% weapon damage, 100 bonus health, 8% ability range. So this is a new buff. They just added 8% ability range to buff this. And then it's also got 6 spirit power. The active on this is going to heal you for 260 health over 2 seconds. It's got a 64-second cooldown and a 16-meter radius. Then it's also got a bonus on it for any additional ally that gets caught in the healing radius. It's going to pump the heal up by 20%. So I'm going to go ahead and heal myself and the Lady Geist, and that's going to add about 50 healing to it. So you get about 50 healing for each additional hero that you heal there. And just to give you an idea of the radius, if I come over here right to the edge of the stripe line, you can see it goes right up to that first stripe up there. So that's about what 15 meters looks like in game. And then if you heal the entire team with this item, it's going to go up to 520 for each person. And then if you have a healing booster on top of that, that's going to pump it up to 650. So this is just a really good team fighting item, especially during mid-boss fights, or if you're like in the middle of somebody's base, you can get a surprise heal for just an absolute ton across a lot of people on your team if everybody's fighting close together. Okay, the next support item to look at here is going to be Divine Barrier. This is one of the better support items in the game. This gives you 1 meter per second sprint speed, 6 spirit power. That's new. They just added the 6 spirit power. It used to give the 8% ability range, but they took that off and put it on Healing Nova. It also gives 50 bonus health. And then the active on this gives you a 260 bullet shield and a 260 spirit shield. That lasts for 5 seconds. It also gives you 2 meter per second move speed. It's got a 35 meter range and a 30-second cooldown. So if I buy this one, I'll show you what 30 meter range looks like. It's from the striped line here, it's just past the cab. So you can see that's going to cast, she's standing just behind the cab there. And if you ever see someone and they get the wings like that, that's how you know they're casting Divine Barrier. So that gives them a little bit of move speed. You can see I run a little bit faster when I have that up, and then I get the bonus shield. So this is really good if you're in a duo lane. You can cast this if somebody gets hooked, or if somebody gets stunned or anything like that, or if you got somebody that goes in and maybe kind of overextends, you can kind of save them there with the Divine Barrier. That helps give them a good shield and then helps them run back a lot faster. All right, the next item I want to look at here, this one you don't see it very often in low MMR lobbies, so this one might be new to some people. This is going to be the Restorative Locket. This one is going to give 10% spirit resist, so it's a really nice chunk of spirit resist. They just buffed it to add 25 melee resist, so very good in specific lanes against Abrams and Shiv. It gives 1 meter per second sprint speed, and the way this item works is whenever an enemy within 50 meters of you uses a ability, you get a stack, up to 15 stacks here, and then when you activate it, it's going to heal and use all the stacks. It also gives you a stamina point back, so that's pretty nice. The cooldown on this is 30 seconds, and it doesn't give you the ability range, but it's about 25 meters. So I'm going to go ahead and buy it real quick, and then I'll have this Lady Geist just cast on me a couple times. And you'll see that every time she casts on me, that's going to build up a stack of my Restorative Locket down there at the bottom there. So pretty sweet. So now I'm going to go ahead and use the locket here. So I'll show you, it's about 25 meters. And then I can heal the pocket over there. So the big bonus to this one is it's an instant heal. It stacks all the way up to 525 health. So it's a really big heal. That's with full stacks. It's going to do about 175 at 5 stacks, 350 at 10 stacks. Okay, now I want to change up gears a little bit and take a look at some weapon items. So these are still technically support items because they're going to buff the rest of your team. The first one I want to look at here is Heroic Aura. This gives 20% bullet lifesteal, 150 bonus health, and it gives a flat point of move speed. So that's a really nice bonus that you can't get on a lot of items. It gives you a 40% fire rate on any nearby minions. And then the active on it is going to give you 2 meters per second move speed and a 25% fire rate bonus there. It's got a 30-meter radius, it's got a 6-second duration, and it actually just got buffed. They dropped the cooldown down to 25 seconds. So this item, it was already really good and it actually just got better. So I'll buy this and I'm going to drop some turrets real quick so you can get an idea of how fast they shoot. So you can see how fast they're shooting. I'm going to buff them. And you can see that's going to buff the fire rate by 25%. So this is a really good item for pushing towers. You know, if you're in a duo lane, it's a really good item to help push towers. It's a really good item for mid-boss. Just kind of anytime you're duoed with somebody that does a lot of weapon damage in specific. So for example, if you're duoed with Hayes, or if you're duoed with McGinnis or Infernus or something like that. All right, and there's one more weapon item I want to look at real quick before we move on, and that's going to be Alchemical Fire. So this actually just caught a buff today. They added 1 point of sprint speed. It also gives you a pretty chunky 225 bullet shield, 14% weapon damage, 11 spirit power, and then the active on this throws a flask on the ground that does area of effect damage. So it's going to give 57 damage per second. It lasts for 5 seconds. It's got 10-meter radius, 28-second cooldown, so pretty good cooldown. You can cast this a lot. The support benefit on this is anyone standing in the Alchemical Fire is going to take 50% increased weapon damage. So I'm going to go ahead and buy this here, and I'll show you what the range looks like. So if I throw it, you can see that it's just a little bit bigger than the maximum range from Paradox's grenade there. So it's just slightly bigger than her grenade, and then it's going to increase the amount of damage that they take from the Alchemical Fire while they're standing in it. And Alchemical Fire also works on towers. So if I dump a full mag into the tower, it does 165 damage. Alchemical Fire is going to do about 250. And then if I throw an Alchemical Fire and dump a full mag, that's going to end up at about 330 plus the 250 from the Alchemical Fire. Okay, now I want to look at my favorite support item, and this is kind of like the granddaddy of all the support items here, and that's the Rescue Beam. So this is a 3000 soul vitality item there. It gives 125 bonus health, 1 meter per second sprint speed, 9 spirit power, and the active on this is going to heal yourself and a target for 26% of your maximum health. This is a channel ability. That means you can't attack while you're casting it. It's got a 32 meter range, and it's got a very low cooldown at only 26 seconds. So if I go ahead and buy this one here, I'll show you the range. It's right around to the taxi cab there. And if I go back, you have about a 5 meter leeway there. So if you go too far back, it'll break. And then if I click my mouse button, I can pull my target over to me. So I'm sure you can imagine how useful this is to save people. I also want to show you that if you juice this one up, so if you buy the superior cooldown, and then if you buy the healing booster, this is going to heal for 32%, so almost a third of your max health and your allies max health, and then it's got under 20-second cooldown. So if you have an Abrams on your team, he's got 3,000 hit points. This is going to heal him for 1,000 hit points every 20 seconds there. This is incredibly powerful item as the game goes on, because it scales with hit points, and then also because you can just save people out of really awful situations. All right, so that's it for the support items. The last thing I want to cover is just that all of these support items really go well if you build them with healing booster or with superior cooldown. So if you have a hero that just kind of naturally builds those items as part of your kit, remember, you don't have to be a support hero. You can build one of these items in your laning phase or in the middle of the game, and it's going to go a long way. So that's going to do it for this one. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you feel like you learned something, feel free to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one.